Alright YouTube, it's been a long day. I actually got some work done today, but let me take you into the bathroom and show you the progress that we're making. We're getting close, you guys. We're getting close. So let's take a look. The floor is installed. Obviously, we still got to do the threshold. We still got to trim it out along the new tub. But it's all installed. The toilet is connected with all new lines. We do have to, I don't know if he ran a cock or what, but that looks like shit. Obviously still got a quarter round, trim it out, but it's fixed. That can go back on. Here's the new shower. Still a little rough. It still has to get connected. The back wall and this still has to get connected. Then he's got to drywall the top, and then he's installing the same floor. It was my idea that he's going to install the same floor because it's a 100% waterproof floor, 20 mil thickness. So he's going to install it on the ceiling and all around the sides. So I think that'll look pretty sweet because it'll look like we obviously meant to do it because it's going to totally match. So that's going to be cool. He does just got to figure out how he's going to get it all locked together and work, but he'll figure it out. And then he's going to be working on the new closet, the linen closet that we do not have, which is going to be pretty awesome to have this space and be able to put towels and stuff. So yeah, that's essentially what it's going to look like, guys. You may be asking the question, why is the handle so damn low? Well, that was the way it was last time. If you guys remember, with the old shower was all one piece that went right up to the ceiling and then all along the top and back down. So technically, when you look at these showers, this should be more like up here, right? So it looks a little goofy, but to be honest with you, it's the same as it was before. I thought it looked goofy myself, and at first I wasn't real happy with that because, you know what I mean? I wanted it higher. But on the other hand, I don't mind it there because it's the way it was. The more I'm looking at it, I actually don't mind it because now when you have something hanging like this, it's not going to beat into it. And we'll always have a shower head like that because that's just what my wife likes to have. And I like having it too for washing and cleaning and doing the dog and whatever. So actually, I don't mind it hanging that low. And if you are taking a bath, I generally don't. But if you are, or parents are, or you're giving the dog a bath, it's low. So you can just reach right there and turn it on and off instead of having to reach way up or stand up. So actually, the more I'm talking about it, the more I'm actually happy it's there. Not only that, I know why the contractor didn't want to move it because he was going to have to do more plumbing. So see that right there, all the plumbing for it? We had already paid 2.5 years ago to have that done. So by a professional plumber. This contractor is not necessarily a professional plumber, but he knows how to do this stuff. But I would rather just not cut into this new stuff anyways. I forget, you call it agitator or whatever it is. I don't know. But anyways, all I know is it's brand new 2 years ago. So the fact that he didn't have to cut it and do his own and all that, I'm actually happy with. I know he didn't want to do it because he was supposed to. He was going to cut a hole, make it higher, all that stuff. Well, he charged me for that, so he definitely charged me to install and do all that. So now he's saving himself a lot of time and money because now he doesn't have to cut into the drywall, cut up here, patch this drywall, seam it, blah, blah, blah. He don't have to do anything like that. So, I'm okay with it only because, like I said, we don't have to tear up more plumbing work that was done by a professional plumber. We also can continue to use my father-in-law's nice cover that he made for us for that exact hole, so it's going to fit and cover properly. I don't have to deal with more painting or drywall. So I'm okay with it, guys. I'm actually more okay with it now that I started this video than I was, because my analness would want that to come up more to the middle and look like it's supposed to. But now that, like I said, we're talking about it, I actually really like it down there. And I think families with kids, if they buy the house, is going to like it because they can easily reach it. So actually, I think that's actually very, very good. I do love the tub. I'm very looking much forward to getting this thing installed and done, which it should be done tomorrow and usable tomorrow. Technically, we do have water. So yeah, so there's that. So I am happy about that. So with that being said, guys, that's essentially the bathroom for now. We're on our way to getting this thing freaking done. I don't love that they're throwing all their shit on here. I asked them not to do that. One thing I'm going to tell you guys, contractors don't listen, guys. You can tell them over and over and over again not to do something, and they'll keep fucking doing it. You know what I mean? Just like his helper that came today had this tool sitting in the brand new tub for storage. I'm like, what the fuck? This is a brand new fucking tub. Like, let's not be idiots. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on now. Let's not be stupid. I mean, they got trash in here and shit. You know, so it's like, let's be respectful of the new tub. We don't need it fucking all scratched up and shit when we just got the damn thing. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I'm not real happy about that because it's like, come on. But anyways, construction people are goofy, man. Like, they really are. I don't even know if I'm going to keep this bag in here because, you know, I don't know. It's just like, again, if they're not, they didn't pay for it, right? So it's like they don't think. If it was their tub, they wouldn't do that shit. So anyways, guys, very happy with the way it looks. And I think this bathroom's going to look pretty freaking nice. So very happy about that. So anyway, that was just a quick update, guys. I'll go ahead and take you downstairs real quick. I want to show you what I did. I spent most of the day, got a late start, but I did get something done. So if you guys notice, you might not notice, but see this, all this wood trim right here painted black. All down there painted black. Down the right side painted black. All the trim on the walls that I'm redoing, I notice it right now. I'm seeing it. It's popped. It's black. Look how nice it looks. All the trim, 2 coats of black. All the way up along the fireplace. All the way over here. All black. So it's going to tie right in with all this. I think the same trim, but it's still going to be the same. You know, it's still wood. It's still painted black. And then we're going to be painting the walls tomorrow. I'm going to be taping off all the trim. Get it nice and dry tonight. I'm going to tape off all the trim because I'm going to be priming white. So I don't want to screw up my paint job. So I'm going to make sure I tape it down real good. Then I'm going to prime all the trim boards with Kills primer right down there in white. And then once that dries, which that stuff dries pretty quickly, I'll go ahead and do the first coat of gray. Let that dry pretty quickly. And then I'll probably be able to have these walls done tomorrow. And then the next day, I am going to start painting the ceiling. I don't know how well this is going to go, guys. I don't think this is going to go as well because you've got all these little grooves that the paint's not going to want to go into. I am going to look into getting more of a spongy-like roller that hopefully it'll kind of help get into all those spots. I'm sure it's going to be a tedious process and take me longer than I would love it to do, but I'll just get it done because it's going to really add a lot to this. And then I am going to go to Home Depot and I'm going to look and see if they do have any 12 by 12 new pieces. If not, I might just plug these holes and you know, just jab some kind of like holes in them to kind of make it match. It's not like it's the end of the world if there's a couple of them that aren't perfect. I think by the time we're going to do so much work down here that even, and nice bright white ceiling tiles, that a few little defects here and there ain't going to be the end of the world. People ain't going to care or notice about it. And then this wall, I actually found a wall paneling that's damn near identical to this paneling right here. But it already is finished in gray, but it's got the same slatted lines. So that was an excellent find because now we're going to drywall the back to give it some support. Then we're going to put the paneling on the front of it. And then we are still going to trim it out. We're going to still do the lines and trim it out so it makes it kind of its own. And then I'll paint all in here, all a nice bright white to act as kind of like a hallway. And then even though this will be technically a different paneling, but damn near identical, but in gray, It'll obviously not be the same gray as what I'm painting because there's no way to actually match it up, but that's actually fine because then that's going to turn this into more of an accent wall. So with it being an accent wall, will be great. So, yeah, so with that being said, guys, we're on our way to getting shit done. So I'm very, very pleased about the progress that we're making. The only downfall, guys, is, I'm not even going to lie to you, that doing all this work, I'm not going to lie, guys, it's making me, it's making me not necessarily want to sell the house because it's like, you're seeing it all come together and you start thinking about how much work has gone into the house and how much money, and the fact that what we owe on the house is, it's still a lot. We owe like $256,000, but the fact that it was almost up to $280, we've got it paid down $30,000. So, and then if we go buy another house, it's going to be, $300,000, $350,000, probably $375,000 minus a down payment. We'll get it down to about $300,000 to $310,000 after the down payment. But still, we're going to go into debt another $60,000 on a house, starting all over again. The only benefit's going to be is I guarantee you it's going to be a bigger house. It's going to be a ranch style home. It's going to have a lot of space, and it's going to be move-in ready because I refuse to sell this house to jump back into something that needs a bunch of work. Other than painting, I don't really want to have to do shit. Maybe change out some handles or do some decor or style changes that we want to do as far as that, but not being done because it's old and rotted and decayed or flooded or garbage like that. So I'm going to be very, very adamant. If we do sell this house, we better go into something that's nicer and better all around. If we're not going to do that, then I don't want to sell this place, even though the idea is to have my mom and dad come move in with us and live out their years with us. I really do want that to happen. But I also have to think about our future and what we're able to handle. I only have 11 more years to go working till I can retire, and I'm going to be signing on to a brand new 30-year mortgage when we're already going to be, come September, 3 years into this one. 3 years isn't a lot, but it's 3 years. When you start getting over 40 years old, that means something to you. 3 years is 3 years, especially when it's a 30-year mortgage. With that being said, we are going to plan on, my parents are going to help. They're the ones that are going to put down the 20%, the $60,000 on the house. That's going to be kind of their proceedings to help because they're going to be living there. So that's going to be, so we're going to start right out with the mortgage having, substantial equity in it on top of us making payments on it, right? And then us throwing an extra, $10,000, $15,000 a year on the house. We should catch up pretty quickly. We should pay it off pretty damn quick, actually. So that's the only reason why I'm even worthy about considering it. So the biggest thing that I have to do is I just have to not let this house suck me back in after we fix things up. Even though it's tough, guys. We've done so much. I could rattle off a list, and you guys have seen some of it, right? It's looking so damn nice, and there's not much more to do. There's the roof that needs to be done. There's some electrical that needs to be done in the upgrade the panel and do some electrical runs and lines in the garage. Just get it all straightened out. Do about $4,400 worth of plumbing work that we want to do. Some of it is just moving the toilet and moving the tank just because it would make more sense. It's not needed. We could spend about $3,100 on plumbing and get the plumbing done that needs attention. So, there's that. Trying to think after that, guys. And then, yeah, like siding and stuff like that. But that's like the fun stuff, right? That's something that's going to cost some money. But that's going to be something that's going to make the house look absolutely beautiful. And but everything else will be done, And, there's always going to be something, right? Doing a little bit of landscaping and stuff like that. But it's like, and then I would like that drain that's no longer works, I'd like to have it filled with concrete so it can't backfill ever up in here. But we've done so much in 2.5 years, guys. We have virtually redone this entire house. It's not perfect. It's not going to be perfect ever unless you totally strip down everything to the studs. but it is in really good shape. And the more we keep fixing it up, it's like you fall in love with this house all over again. It's like, I mean, I can already envision it right now when this is all redone. When I get this all painted with the brick and the whitewash of the brick, and if we started utilizing down here instead of a bedroom, even if we put our bedroom back down here, I'm not against that. But if we started turning this into an actual living room, a living space, which would give us more space, you know, we could put a nice air hockey table down here. Not the gigantic one, but, you know, something sensible, but something fun. A nice couch right here, put the big TV up here. I don't know, guys. The new carpet coming down here. Like, I'm not gonna lie, guys. I am struggling. I am struggling hardcore about selling this house. I really am. Because my wife is probably not gonna be stuck out where she works forever. So to leave because of that might not make sense. I don't know. I'm struggling. I really am struggling. What sucks about it is it was my idea initially to even see if my parents would want to move. But my initially idea was, putting on a addition, right? Putting on an addition out here. So they could sell their house, take that money, build an addition, and be able to live out here. That was the main idea. And that morphed into this house probably won't work. It might be too expensive. And then all the problems that we've been having, it just morphed into just getting a completely new house. The problem is we're so far along into this house fixing everything that it's like, and the fact that we only owe $250,000 only, right? But still, for our incomes and stuff, it's affordable for us, you know. And it works out for the in-laws to have their RV here. I don't know, guys. There's a lot to love about this place, and I'm really, really, really struggling. But now I have my parents now kind of like on board with wanting to do our plan. And for me to back out on them would be, how you want to call it, a kind of a dick move. It's not that I meant for all this to even happen, right? I've always been that way. I'm always trying to think about other people and how to help them and making sure they're okay. And then I end up giving up things that I want to keep, or I don't know, guys. You know, with that being said, if the septic tank failed tomorrow, I'd probably be pissed off all again. But I mean, that is one big thing that could go too, right? 42-year-old septic tank. But I feel like if we can buy years on that and start saving money, not having problems, you know, we could tackle that someday and just do it. And then you've got a brand new home. You're on a well. You don't have well bill, water bill. It's good water. You've got the woods behind you. I mean, there's a lot to love about this place, guys. And I don't know. And I think my wife is kind of convinced just to get out of here too. But I don't know. When she sees the basement come together, when she sees the bathroom like brand new, now we've got the new nice door. It's like throw up a couple new doors in the hallway. We've already got our girl a man cave. Oh, guys, I'm struggling here. I asked God the other day to please help me. Give me a sign. Give me a gut feeling of what we should do. And I'm really torn right now. So, yeah, I don't know. I might call the father-in-law. He's usually pretty good to talk to and discuss that with him. But, so, yeah, we'll figure it out. We'll definitely figure it out. So we'll talk to you later.